Kumusta po kayo? So, we are here again for another business startup guide series, mainly for OFWs and entrepreneurs na nag-a-aspire mag-start ng negosyo here in the Philippines. So, ang topic natin for today is about weighing on opportunities and risk. So, sa business, lagi yang may risk. Unahin natin yung dulo. Laging may risk sa business. No one will say na hindi sila nag-take risk kaya sila naging successful sa business nila. And of course, business is an opportunity. Uh, Kaya lang, may mga kailangan tayong isang ilang-alang before natin i-grab yung opportunity na yan. So, meron tayong 5 different or 4 different topics sa pag-weigh in ng opportunities and risk. Number 1 is yung business idea. So, business idea, okay, ang daming business idea. You acquire it from either a suggestion from a friend or nakapanood ka ng isang YouTube video na sinasabi ito yung mga top business ideas of 2026. But the thing is, ano ba yung gusto mo? Ano yung, kumbaga, tinitibok ng puso mo na umpisahan? So pag-aralan mo, ano yung proposed business na gusto mong gawin? And secondly, pag business idea, location is very important. Saan mo ba i-set up yung business mo? Is it in the city? Is it in the nearby town? Kasi may mga consequences din yan. Kapag ka sa city, medyo costly yung tinatawag nating operational cost doon. And kapag ka naman sa, let's say, rural or sub-rural area, the cost is a little bit low, pero nasan ang customer, di ba? And yung speaking of customer, yung target market. Still, this is part of your business idea weighing in. Kasi ito bang idea ko na to is kayang i-cater yung market na yon. When we say market, let's say you want a plant business, kaya bang bumili ng mga taga subdivision A? Whereas, kung doon ako magtatayo ng business sa city, mga middle class and upper class yung potential clients ko doon. So, yun, pag-aralan mo, ito bang business idea ko is fitted for that target market. Otherwise, baka malugi lang ako. Okay, so weighing in on opportunities na tayo. Ano yung mga potential benefits? Aralin natin o aralin mo, ano yung mga benefits ba na posibleng makuha mo when you venture on this kind of business? Number 1, market demand. Meron bang strong local demand para dun sa product na yon or para dun sa serbisyo na i-offer mo? Kasi hindi lahat, hindi palagi is mataas yung local demand. For the next 12 months, hindi mo masasabing at this period, from this period to this period is laging mataas yung volume ng client. Hindi ganon. So, pag-aralan mo ang market demand and try to average it and doon ka mag-decide kung yung business mo is swak or hindi. Secondly, yung skills and experience. Pag sinabi natin skills and experience, yun bang skill sets ko is could it give me an advantage para ma-operate ko ng mas pulido or mas maayos or mas systematic yung business na itatayo ko. Yung experience ko ba, let's say I was an OFW, I worked 5 years on Saudi Arabia, yung bang mga natutunan ko doon, magiging advantage ko kaya kapag inumpisahan ko na yung business ko. So, try to weigh in on your skills and experience also. And, yung community support, i-weigh in mo if your family and friends are there to help you or guide you along the way. not necessarily tulungan ka financially. Pwede din kasi, marami kasing aspect ng support system. Let's say, sa pagpapromote ng business, kaya ka ba nilang tulungan or i-assist man lang? O also sa, yung operation, uh, yung pag-acquire ng mga supplies mo, pwede ba kanilang tulungan na mag-recommend ng suppliers from that town, supplier from that particular area? So, yun yung tinatawag nating support. And, iwain mo din yung growth potential. Pag nagtayo ba ako ng plant business today, in 2 to 3 years, will I survive? Nandito pa kaya ako? Although that is very a little bit challenging to project kung masosurvive mo ang second year to third year, but merong mga paraan naman na pwede mong i-analyze. Let's say you try to put it down, yung tinatawag na profit and loss statement. Yan, pwede mong aralin kung malulugi ba ako or hindi. Nandito pa ba ako on the second year and third year or hindi na. So, try to weigh in on that. And lastly, on weighing in on opportunities, meron bang government support? Usually, kapag ka niche yung business mo, or pag sinabi nating niche, bibihira pa yung nag-uumpisa ng ganyang business or nasa ganyang larangan ng business. Either nag-ooperate na sila, but very scattered on the map. Let's say, meron sa Luzon, meron sa Visaya, meron sa Mindanao. So, niche yan kasi halos ikaw pa lang sa area mo ang nag-business ng ganyan. But, is the government willing to help you? Meron ba sila mga facilities? Meron ba sila mga machineries? Or in some cases, i-register ka ba nila? Kasi baka merong rules and regulations na this kind of business is not allowed in this particular area. So, iwiin mo yon. Okay? So, punta tayo dun sa financial check. Try to weigh in your finances. Kapag ka nag-uumpisa tayo ng business, isinusulat natin yan. Magkano ba ang magiging startup cost ko? Let's say, magtatayo ako ng building. Bibili ako ng mga tools and equipments. Mag-hire ako ng staff. Let's say, 5 staff sa umpisa. Pag ni-note down natin yan, let's say, it amounts to around 1.5 million. Ito bang capital na to is kaya kong bitawan with no regrets. So, i-weigh-in mo yung finances mo, yung startup cost mo. Secondly, yung monthly operating expenses, naka-umbrella yan doon sa overall finances mo. Yung operating expenses, pag sinabi nating operating expenses, is number 1, yung ipapasahod mo sa tao mo. Secondly, number 2, yung bibilhin mo mga supplies mo. Let's say, yun nga, plant business, bibili ka ng mga paso, mga soil, compost, bibili ka din ng mga fertilizers, and so on and so forth. So, i-weigh-in mo kung yung operating expenses mo is kaya mong i-handle or kaya mong i-manage. Third, yung monthly revenue. I-weigh-in mo kung yung monthly revenue is achievable. Let's say, ang cost mo monthly is 25,000. Kaya ba ang 50,000 revenue? Meaning, you have roughly a profit of 25,000 din. So, aralin mong maigi. Try to weigh in your monthly revenue kung kaya or hindi kaya. And ito yung importante sa mga nagbi-business. Naririnig nyo yung tinatawag na break-even analysis. Pag sinabi nating break-even, kung meron kang capital outlay na 1 million, in how many months or how many years mo mapu-fully recover yung 1 million? That is without any profit pa. As in, raw 1 million. So, pag sinabi nating break-even, it pertains to the idea na marirecoup mo yung initial investment mo and right after that, kikita ka na. So, that is break-even. So, i-weigh-in mo kung kailan ka makaka-break even, and let's say hindi mo ma-achieve yun, dapat magkaroon ka ng flexibility. So, let's say, additional 3 months, additional 4 months para maka-break even ka sa binitawan mong capital. Now, let's proceed to risk. Ito yung nabanggit ko kanina from the start. Try to weigh in yung mga potential challenges or risk ng business na uumpisahan mo. First of them is yung capital requirement. Kasi nga, for example, itong plant business na to is, ang savings ko is, let's say, 2 million. Pero, sa first 12 months of operation, sasapat ba? Let's say, mag-allocate ako ng 1 million. Sasapat ba? So, baka hindi kasi sumapat, baka magalaw yung a portion of another 1 million mo, which is, baka naman magkaroon ng risk sa other aspect ng buhay mo. Right? So, try to weigh in the capital requirement, kung kaya. Secondly, yung competition. Ayan. Competition is always there. It will never be gone sa mga nagnenegosyo. Kahit pa simpleng sari-sari store lang yan, nowadays, ang daming competitors. Maybe 10 meters away, 20 meters away. So, try to understand, mag-research ka. Ilan na ba ang negosyong ganito dito sa area ko? Kasi kung sa tingin mo is magkakaroon ng very tinatawag na stiff competition, pwedeng i-delay mo muna yung pagbibusiness mo or try to find another location kung saan kokonti pa yung may ganong business. So, i-weigh in mo yung competition. And meron tayong tinatawag na market uncertainty. Yun nga, during the first 12 months of operation, hindi palagi na kikita ka ng ganito. Meron talagang i-identify na lang natin yung summer months and rainy months. So, kung plant business ka, sa tingin mo, anong season yung medyo maganda ang kita at anong yung hindi maganda, kagandahan ng kita. So, i-weigh in mo yung uncertainty ng market at dapat handa ka. Dapat kahit ang profit is a little bit low, meron ka pa ring na-pull out from the previous months kung kailan mataas yung profit para ma-sustain mo yung operation. Okay? Then, yung operational risk na tinatawag, meron tayong mga suppliers, meron tayong staffing, meron tayong tinatawag na distribution and logistics operation. So, eto bang mga aspect na to ng business mo is mamamanage mo ng ayos. Like for example, supplier. Hindi naman porke itong supplier na to is known for good quality products is lagi na lang siyang ganon forever. Lagi siyang good quality. May times talaga na magse-say no siya sa'yo. Hey, I cannot provide this order or supply for this particular month kasi meron akong issue sa operation ko. So, yun tinatawag na pag-weigh in ng operational risk. At saka yung staff mo, let's say you started 5, but syempre may magre-resign dyan, syempre may a-absent dyan, syempre may magkakaroon ng emergency leave. Kaya kayang ma-sustain or makapagpatuloy yung operation kapag pilay or kulang yung manpower mo. Punta tayo na sa tinatawag na personal adjustment on weighing in on risk. Ito yung importanteng tanong eh. Am I ready to shift from employee to entrepreneur? So, kapag ka nandun ka sa trabaho, madalas, sasabihin mo, gusto ko na mag-business. I really want to resign or retire and start my own business. Pero, from the words of many entrepreneurs na nakilala natin or nakilala ko, iba yung sinasabi nila kapag ka nandun na sila sa business. Mahirap, very challenging, full of sacrifices. So, tanungin mo yung sarili mo, 2 times, 3 times, multiple times. Kaya ko na ba talagang mag-shift from being an employee to an entrepreneur? So, yun yung tinatawag nating pag-weigh in sa potential challenges ng pag-uumpisa ng isang negosyo. And kapag ka na-weigh-in mo na yung business idea mo, na-weigh-in mo na yung opportunities or yung mga potential benefits, kapag ka na-weigh-in mo na yung finances mo, kaya ba or hindi kaya, kapag ka na-weigh-in mo na yung potential challenges and risks, then try to come up with a very smart decision. Kasi kung yung opportunities is ma-outweigh yung risk or mas inclining, more of inclining yung sa opportunity yung business na itatayo mo, so go ahead, proceed. Pero if it's the other way around, mas mataas yung risk kumpara sa opportunities, let's say for example, alanganin yung capital sa analysis mo, then it's either you put it on hold, wag muna, maybe try to give it another 3 or 4 months bago ka mag-decide. And of course, lagi naman merong uh, uh, way to adjust your plan. Hindi naman porke uh, alanganin today is ititigil mo na. Pwede mong i-adjust yung plan. Kumbaga, 1 million is my target startup capital. Pwede kong bawasan. I-reduce siya sa, let's say, 800K or 500K. Kasi napaka-importante niyan. Adjustment of the plan is a very smart way sa mga nagnenegosyo. So, thank you for listening sa ating Business Startup Guide series and see you on our next topic. Thank you so much.